Of course, have a very large industry.
Where are the influence of foreign military into the country?
For having me on.
Welcome back everyone dito sa latest episode ng Deep Dive. Kasama po natin ang former Associate Justice Antonio Carpio. Pag-usapan natin, we already had the discussion about yung gulo sa Senado for the past 2 weeks, but today we want to catch up on the latest developments, including itong I don't know, non-ruling ng Supreme Court. Para i-analyze yan, Justice Carpio, thank you so much again for joining us. Justice Carpio, bago natin puntahan again yung debate around quorum and all of that, could you just illuminate for us, kasi luminary ka, kaya illuminate for us, ano yung significance ng ruling ng, or non-ruling ng Supreme Court? What was the context of it not actually ruling on the quorum and Senate leadership question?
Well, it's a technical issue. The petitioner does not have standing to sue because he's not involved in the dispute. I mean, he's not a senator, and this is a dispute between among senators. No, so not everybody can just file a case. Unless you have an interest, no? But obviously, he has no interest. It's just anybody. If anybody can file, the court will be deluged with all of these cases. So it must be one of the senators who should file.
So basically, hindi competent yung person to file this. Pero can the Supreme Court actually interfere in these matters? Kaya siguro balikan natin ulit itong Avellino versus Cuenco. Because may mga henyo tayo from alam mo na, certain school of thought were saying, ay hindi, ibang saligang batas yan, ibang panahon yan, ibang konteksto niyan. What is the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court? Meron ba siyang mandato to actually make a ruling on matters that some would say are the purview of Senate and dapat may separation of powers dyan?
Well, I think the court will have jurisdiction because the issue is a constitutional issue. How do you interpret the phrase, a majority of all the members of the Senate? Does it include senators who are in jail, who cannot get out of jail to vote because they're under judicial custody? Does it include senators who are in jail and the law says the moment the case is pending, they shall be suspended? So does it include senators who have been suspended by law, by operation of law? So that is a constitutional issue. Certainly the court will have jurisdiction over that.
So for the court to have a ruling on this, dapat galing sa mga senador ang petition? Basically, any of the senators?
Senator or senator, or later on, if it's already in the impeachment case, the impeachment court is convened, Sara can question that the membership should include Bato and Jinggoy because they are senators.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi later there'll be also voting on the trial issue.
Yeah,
But,
this is really this is what you call this. This is a dry run for the voting in the impeachment. How do you count the 16, the 2/3 vote? Does it will it include Bato, who is hiding, and will it include Jinggoy, who is detained under a non-bailable offense? He cannot go out. So that is the issue.
well, it could get worse, no? Justice, by the time that I don't know kailan ba kasi baka wala na matira.
Right. By the time it reaches the court, there might be two more who will be facing plunder cases, non-bailable.
Yun nga, Justice, parang every week na nag-meet tayo, nabawasan ng isa yung Duterte na lang. baka do 3 na lang matira by the time we discuss this issue. So, do we have any precedents? I mean, if there's anything that precedents tells us from 2015, from the Avelino Cuenco case, um, without, of course, prejudice to potential future prospective Supreme Court ruling on this issue, what can we say from past decisions and jurisprudence, Justice, in
Well,
terms of how to count?
in Avellino, the court said if you are outside the coercive power of the Senate, you will not be counted uh, if you are abroad. No, so there is a precedent, and I think that still holds. And the recent ones are Trillanes versus Pimentel, because Pimentel was detained under a non-bailable charge of coup d'état, and he filed a case. He reached the Supreme Court, and Trillanes said, "I should be allowed to attend sessions." So here is a guy who was issued a warrant of arrest, no bail, because coup d'etat is non-bailable. He is in jail now, and he wants to attend sessions and to vote. The court said, the moment you are in judicial custody for preventive detention because of a crime, you've been charged with a crime, you cannot hold office. You cannot hold public office. Can you just imagine if he's a mayor and he holds office in jail? If he says, I can still function as a mayor, he will be entertaining visitors in jail. So, so well, the ruling, the jurisprudence now is, if you are under preventive detention, you cannot exercise your office as a public official. And in fact, it's automatic. Those who have been charged under the anti-graft law, regardless of whether the offense is punishable by death, by life imprisonment, or just a few years, you are suspended from office. And that's routine. Any public official charged before the Sandigan Bayan for violation of the anti-graft law are automatically suspended from office. They cannot exercise the functions of their office. Their second in command, second ranking will take over. That's automatic. That has been the practice, and all those who questioned that lost. The last case was Bunya versus Scarial. So it is well established, if you are charged under the anti-graft law or under the plunder law now, you are automatically suspended from exercising the functions of your office while the case is pending, regardless of whether the penalty is reclusion perpetua or less than reclusion perpetua.
And Justice, what about kung ICC also comes in? The NBI has suggested that there could be more ICC warrants of arrest soon, and obviously, no pun intended, pag nag-go na yan, baka not one but two actually senators suddenly could be in a fugitive situation. What is our understanding of the rules around counting that? Kasi mukhang marami,
Well,
baka hindi abroad pero fugitive po galing sa loob ng bansa.
well, let's take the case of Bato. There's a warrant of arrest from the ICC, but still he has questioned in the Supreme Court whether that warrant of arrest is valid here, because there's no local warrant of arrest. But one scenario is when he's arrested, he's put in a plane and he's brought to The Hague before he could go to the Supreme Court, before a TRO could be issued. So it's just like Duterte. It becomes moot and academic because he's already outside the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. But supposing he files a case in a timely case before the Supreme Court, and they could not bring him to The Hague immediately. So we will have the issue in the Supreme Court will be whether a local warrant of arrest is needed. Before that rule uh, that once you are in preventive detention, you cannot hold office.
So dapat, so
So
hindi
that's still an
sapat.
open question.
Interesting. So hindi sapat yung Interpol. Dapat may local warrant of arrest for
That will be the position of Bato.
Ah.
But the position of, and my position is that you don't need a local warrant of arrest, but there is no precedent. There is no precedent. My position is you don't need that because there is a law, Republic Act 9851, which says that the government has the option to surrender you to the ICC or to prosecute you here. So the law itself says you can ship him out. So, but we need an actual case wherein the Supreme Court will say, yes, that is the interpretation. We need a precedent for that. So that's why when I don't, when in counting the quorum right now, I do not exclude Bato. I only exclude
Ingoy.
Jinggoy because it's very clear. So it's 23. The majority of uh, uh, 23 is 12 because the other side will have 11 and the other one side will have 12. So the 12 has a majority. And right now, because Chis Escudero suddenly appeared in the session of the Senate, then the faction of Gatchalian has now the majority.
Isn't it strange, Justice, kasi you can reach, hindi ko, nasa Muntinlupa pa, ano bang kulungan ni Jinggoy? I mean, ang dami niya multiple entry siya, pabalik-balik. I don't know kung ano man jail. You can reach Jinggoy, but to get his vote, I mean, in theory, obviously. But Bato, pugante, so we cannot even reach him last time I checked. So, how is that gonna work? So, yung hindi mo ma-reach na pugante, counted pa rin. Pero yung actually ma-reach mo sa kulungan, kasi pabalik-balik lang naman, alam na natin tambayan niya, yun hindi na siya counted. So, parang medyo weird yan, Justice, hindi ba? I mean, so, kung pugante ka, basically, you're still a senator. Parang, so both Go and
Well,
Bato can stay as senators and what? I-WhatsApp na lang nila, is i-text na lang nila yung vote nila. How is that gonna work?
because from the point of view of Bato, there is no valid warrant of arrest because that's issued by a foreign entity. So I'm not a pugante because there's still no warrant of arrest. That's why that's the issue. So that has to be settled by the Supreme Court. And my position is there's a law which says he can be surrendered. So then there is no need for a warrant of arrest because the law itself says just surrender him.
What if,
And which is what happened to former President Duterte. He was surrendered. And the Supreme Court did not issue a TRO.
well, I mean, obviously, President Duterte could not run the way Bato ran, diba? I mean, medyo, at wala siyang kaibigan na, na ano siya. But going back to this Justice Carpio, I mean, this, why can't you just solve the problem if, I don't know, PNP or someone or some local court will just issue warrant of arrest, but the implication is mat-turn over din yung pugante na yan sa ICC. Like, what about, just to tick the box, can a local court or local authorities, law enforcement, also issue warrant of arrest, but with an understanding that eventually there's going to be a cooperation with the Interpol warrant of arrest to hand him over to the ICC? How is that going to work, Justice?
Well, first of all, you have to file a criminal case, and none has been filed against Bato. None has been filed against Bato, against former President Duterte up to now. That's why the ICC was correct that the Philippines, the government of the Philippines, is unable or unwilling to investigate and prosecute these people. That's why they have jurisdiction. That's the best evidence that the Philippine government is unwilling or unable.
Yun nga, di ba? Parang yun yung naging catch-22 in a sense that if the courts come in, then they'll say, hindi na, yun na yung principle of complementary, hindi na kailangan pumasok kasi andyan naman yung local court. Isn't there a way you can square the circle? Like the court will issue a warrant of arrest, but somehow with an understanding that he'll eventually be handed over na lang to the ICC because we're not gonna prosecute him again anymore. I know it sounds far-fetched, but I'm
Well,
thinking like how to just square this circle in a way. Parang pwede rin naman.
yeah. Well, but to do that, you have to file a case first, local, and that will because there's no preliminary investigation. Wala pang preliminary investigation eh. And remember what former the Secretary of Justice then, Boying Remulla, he said the records of this EJ case are missing. There are no records in police precincts. He said. So how can you even start an investigation?
Right. So in that context, Justice, where does the Supreme Court ruling on the residual jurisdiction of ICC comes from? From 2019, diba?
Yeah, there's a decision already
Exactly.
that
So
yeah, there's a decision already in the case of uh, I think that was Cayetano versus Pimentel. No, not Cayetano. It's the forgot the title now, but it's Pangilinan.
Pangilinan, yeah.
Yeah, Pangilinan versus Senate, and the majority. It was a unanimous decision that offenses committed uh, while we were a party to before the effective withdrawal, they can still be prosecuted, investigated by the ICC, and we will cooperate. That's the ruling.
Ang gulo na to, no? Naging, ano na, the ties we not, and like, uh, ang daming gulo.
Yeah. The latest is that they might have a 13th member in the faction of Gatchalian. Somebody will cross over.
Wait.
So then that will settle it. That will settle it.
That will settle it. But the interesting thing is the number 12 was Chizo Escudero, na biglang bayani na ngayon. The idea that Joel Villanueva will be the next bayani to save the Senate. Come on, Justice. Like, I'm having a hard time celebrate. Like, ano ba nangyari dito? At of course, Justice, I know there's no understanding, walang quid pro quo, there's no completely out of their love and selfless dedication sa dangal ng ating mga institusyon. Yun nga like parang ang hirap naman nito, yung mga bayani pa natin, yung pa yung mga next na pwedeng makasuhan most likely, or at least some people have been advocating for their accountability. So, where do you stand on that, Justice? Ang stance ba natin is, sige, punta muna kayo dito, mamaya na namin kayong anuhin. Lulutuin or something like, come here, at least get the dinner going. Ano bang mangyari dito?
Well, we don't know what are the agreements that they make. We really don't know. No? So we just look at the numbers. But for me right now, they have the majority already, 12. And if they file a new plunder case against Joel Villanueva and against Marcoleta, and if warrants of arrest are issued, then you remove two, less two. So there will be 8 only in the group of Cayetano.
Manapit na madutri ba? Si ate na lang matila tsaka yung isa pang ate pero mahabang usapan yan. This is crazy. Pero yun nga, what if Justice lumipat sa kabila and then biglang nakasuhan yung dalawa doon sa kabila naman? I mean, come on, Justice, what if ganun mangyari? Let's say, naging SB13. Tapos biglang nakasuhan yung dalawa sa SB, nabawasan sila. They went down also to 11. Like, what's gonna happen there, Justice? What if, ano parang every week may nababawasan each side and then naglilipatan? I mean, this is crazy.
Well, it's bottom line here. This is about the impeachment. I mean, sadly, this is about the impeachment because it looks like they're trying to stop the impeachment by all of these maneuverings, no? But I think it will fail.
So basically what you're saying is that lahat ng gulo na to from last year, forthwith, hanggang ito si Bato risking his life, running a marathon, doing a Netflix escape, all of those things. And then gulo na naman last week, nag-Superman versus Batman, si Remulla versus the Marites 18, Marine 18 Marines, mga yan. All of this is to obfuscate, to undermine, mitigate, or prevent. Pero kung the trial, mukhang mangyayari naman talaga justice na. I mean, it looks like we're moving in that direction. I mean, could there be a situation na, I mean, I'm thinking, hindi ba naubusan ng mga sabotage, mga tricks yung mga kaibigan natin dyan just to prevent Sarah trial?
Well, the answer of Sarah was actually a motion to dismiss. She was asking that the impeachment complaint be dismissed. And if, for example, the faction of Cayetano was still the majority, was not removed as the majority, then they might grant it. And then it goes to the Supreme Court again, whether the Senate can just dismiss it without holding a trial. That will be the issue. So this will delay it and delay it. But now that will not happen because the majority now is with the group of Gatchalian. And if they will have to vote, 12 will vote that no, the trial will proceed. And the other group has only 10. So it really boils down to that, the way I look at it.
It boils down to that, pero nga as we speak, nababawasan ng each side. Baka bago pa lumipat ng kampo, biglang nakasuhan na bigla. It's like, anong count natin sa kabila? Or dito, SB 11, Duterte, like, I mean, what a mess, Justice Carpio. I know you have this,
And,
yeah.
and once there is a trial, the most important thing here is the motion of the prosecutors, the House, to subpoena the bank records and the bank officials. They will put that to a vote, and that's by majority vote. That is really the crux of the matter.
Yeah, exactly. And then how do you count again majority? Parang ganun ang maging issue na naman.
Yeah, then you count again the majority. So, but of course, there are 12 of them, and physically, Jinggoy will not be there, and Bato will not be there. They cannot vote without being present, no?
Yeah.
Because they fail to change the rules. You have to be present. That's the rule when Laila de Lima was in jail. She could not vote. So they have not changed that rule. And Marcoleta wanted it changed, but they were not able to vote on it. So that is really the crux of the matter, the motion to subpoena the bank records.
So yung Sara trial, doon kung sino na lang ang present, that's how they'll count it. So kung let's say
you have to
Pugante
be
na si
present
Go,
because
okay.
you have to be present.
Hindi yung counted ka senator or not. Iba na yan. Yeah, that's
You have
important.
to be present because that's the rule now. That's still the rule. You have to be present.
Present
But
physically.
in the counting for purposes of conviction, that's the issue. That will become
gulo
an
na
issue
naman yan.
because it requires an affirmative vote of 16, assuming that there's a full Senate. So the question is, will you exclude Jinggoy because he's in jail? Because the law says he is suspended. Does suspension include that he cannot vote? That's also the ruling in Trillanes, because the court said you cannot attend sessions, you cannot vote because you are under detention. So they will still question that, of course. They will try to reverse Trillanes' ruling, but that is the ruling as of now.
Wow. So we don't even know how the count will be counted. Like which count will count. Parang kumbaga yan ang problema natin, Justice, ngayon, di ba, as we speak.
Yeah. for purposes of during trial, yung mga motions lang to approve the motions, majority lang. The ordinary majority of those present.
So, kung 12 lang present, then 7 would do. Parang ganun.
Yeah, because only a
Or 6
majority of the
actually.
quorum can
Yeah.
can can, can adopt a resolution, no? A simple majority of the quorum. The quorum could be 12 or 13, so a majority of that will be 7.
7, yeah, exactly. But, dun sa conviction, kailangan mo ng
It,
majority na lahat ng
yeah,
senador.
it has to be two-thirds, fixed two-thirds of whatever is the the Senate at the time, no? In other words, well, if somebody died, you have to remove him. It's so
Yeah,
clearly you will say only 23 if one died.
right. So
But
two-thirds of
if
23.
yeah, but if he did not die, he was just brought to the jail and couldn't go out. Will you count him? That's the issue
Yun
now.
nga eh. And then, of course, to complicate fair, kung yung iba, pugante naman, ayaw magpakita physically. Pero di ba parang Marcoleta was pushing for parang WhatsApp chat na lang nila yan? Parang you can
Yeah,
vote
yeah.
online.
Yeah, online vote. Parang ano, loto. Parang parang you're betting sa ano sa online gaming.
Yan nga, ginawang bingo ang, ano, na e-bingo ang trial natin. So, these are unresolved issues. So, eventually, Justice, you're expecting the Supreme Court has to really come in. I mean, I just don't see how the senators can resolve it among themselves. Parang ang gulo na to.
Well, on the majority of all the senators, 13 is clearly the majority of all, no? Assuming a full Senate. But there could be a 13 soon because the talk is that Joel Villanueva will transfer. So we set that aside. That will be the the next issue will be what is two-thirds of the Senate for purposes of conviction.
In light of the fact na at least one pugante, at least isang nakulong ngayon, at
Yes,
potentially
as
two
of
or
now.
three more. Yeah, two or three more, if
Yeah.
not more, ang pwede rin
Mm.
maging pugante or makulong. And then there's
Mm.
also the online one. What is your fearless forecast, Justice, in terms of will the Supreme Court even come in and based on again precedents dito, ano yung angulo na pwede pumasok ang Supreme Court? Kasi Justice, I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way out of this
Yeah,
mess. Kasi the way I look at it, gugulo lalo ito eh. Lalala yung problema sa Senado eh.
yeah. If no one will transfer to the Gatchalian faction, they remain 12, it's likely that the case will reach the Supreme Court. And so the issue there is, do you count Jinggoy and Bato? That will be the issue there.
Oh. And then later on, kung dadami pa yung mga pugante. Ano?
Dadami pa.
Yeah, yun nga, dadami pa. Ano bang timeline we're looking at for the trial? Hindi pa dapat soon dapat yung trial ni Sara Duterte? Like what, July?
Well, I think that's July 8th or something will be the pre-trial.
Right.
This will not be open to the public. It's just the lawyers. And then they will have to set it for trial.
And we hope that in the meantime, the ombudsman makes also some moves, no? Are you happy with Ombudsman Remulla? Like between the two Remulla brothers, sinong mas impressive sa'yo, Justice? Yung
Well,
nagtulak ng 18 Marines plus Robin Padilla mag-isa? Parang hindi ko kayang
well,
tanggapin or si ano?
well, hands down, it's of course Boying is proving his worth now. No, he was able to at least deliver on the plunder cases, one down and two or three more to go.
Oh, at saka si Curly din, no? Nahuli din si Curly I'm pinaano rin si Curly.
Yeah, and that's the other thing there. He might come out with 150 names. Baka maubos lahat ang mga congressman and senators natin.
yun nga eh, parang yan ang worry ko eh. Parang ano na talaga eh. ano na to, maging drought na to ng mga legislators at Di ba sabi ni Curly kung alam lang niya, yun din lang pala mangyari sa kanya, di na sana siya nagsalita, pero ngayon na nakulong na, wala na siyang pake, parang gano'n. Let's go.
Yeah, right now, he's the most dangerous man in the country. He can bring down a lot of senators and congressmen. And he might have the receipts, ha? May mga resibo
Oo,
siguro siya.
yeah, correct. That's why protect Curly, no? I mean, seriously, Justice. I mean, by the way, yung 18 Marines na yan, Justice, like, what is your do they seem convincing to you? Kasi paiba-iba sila ng sinasabi. Bakit parang sabi ni Raffy Tulfo, bakit hindi sinasama si Solar Mom? Ay, sorry, si Lagarda, ganun. Tapos sabi nila, ay, hindi naman kasi nila nakita na pumasok daw yung maleta kasi nilagay lang daw sa gate tapos may nagdala. I mean, what is your read of this whole 18 Marines? 18 Marines or 18 Marites? I mean, meron
We
bang
lost
legal
you.
way? Now, can you hear me, Justice? Ngayon, may hindi natuwa yata sa sinabi ko. Can you hear me, Justice? One second. Re-reset na naman ito. Anong nangyari? Ayan, just, sorry. Nag-reset na naman yung internet ko. So just to close on this. No, I mean, on this 18 Marines pa or 18 Marites? Kasi parang ang gulo nung sinasabi nila, whether on Loren Legarda, on Mark, I mean, Mark Villar was DPWH secretary. That's pretty serious stuff too, isn't it, Justice?
Well, I think the 18 are not credible at all because I mean they said that they gave the money to the executive assistant of Soto, and turns out the guy was already dead. And Soto was not even a senator. They said that they gave the maletas to Congress, to then Senator Laila de Lima. But she was in Camp Aguinaldo. She was jailed at the time. She was not even a congressman. So, ano na yon? Dalawa na yon. Tapos, sinabi pa nila na they gave money to the maletas to Loren. And then, binawi nila. Tatlo na. Strike out na yon. Let's strike out. 3 times na. Ano pa yung sinabi nila? Maybe si Mark at saka yung si the Villars, no? They have not changed their story yet on the Villars, but
Oo
they
naman,
did not
baka naman may
mention.
grain of truth na which could make all the difference.
But they did not mention the Villars in their so-called testimony before that grouping, the gathering. So I think that group has really lost their credibility. I don't think they're worth listening to now. No, it's just too many details. They will parang ano babawiin nila yung what they stated under oath, babawiin lang nila. Ganyan lang ba yan?
Which brings me really to the final point, Justice. I know it has been a long day. Tanong ko lang, yung nangyaring, yung nagtulakan sila, si Robin Hood Padilla, ganyan. Tapos yung sinabi ni Erwin Tulfo na, sasampalin niya yung kabila kung nakialam sila. Is there any law kung if ever maging physically abusive sa isa't isa itong mga senador na to? Because I'm not ruling out anything na at this point. Yung mga Tulfos are like really tinutulfo na nila yung yung Duterte na.
Well, they have not come to blows, so verbal blows lang muna.
Hindi naman yung kay Remulla at saka di ba, nagtulakan na. I mean, what else are we waiting? May fake shooting, it looks like. May tulakan nangyari. I mean, what are we waiting for?
Parang the legislative body in Taiwan
And Korea.
nagsusuntukan Korea. Talagang nagsusuntukan sila.
Not that we're waiting for that, but Hindi na ako ma-surprise, Justice. Anything can happen na talaga ito sa Senado natin.
Tsaka, ang something what I call a surprise witness, si the congressman from Palawan, si
Oh, yeah,
uh,
yeah, 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 yeah. So you're
he
expecting...
suddenly showed up. Uh, he suddenly showed up. I did not receive the money. My wife is looking for the maleta. My wife and my children are looking for that maleta. How
Correct,
can
correct.
I? Ang ganda yung kanyang sabi eh. Hinahanap sa akin yung mga maleta, wala na mapakita.
Feeling ko, Justice, pina-AI lang nilang Senate Flix na yan. Ang sabog ng script. Eh. Parang, where is this? Wala siyang arc eh.
Poorly written script, biro mo pa. Uh, uh, binabawi nila. But under oath, bawi. Dinadagdagan, binabawi under oath.
Congressman
Mukhang,
Alvarez. Yeah, Alvarez. Congressman Alvarez. Yeah.
yeah, si Pepito, yes.
Oo.
So,
Yeah.
nakakatawa eh. Sabi, nakakatawa siya eh. Hinahanap raw ng asawa niya sa kanya yung
Wait
maleta.
lang. Pati nga si Ronald Llamas, may maleta rin pala eh. Hindi nagsasabi, pa-burger naman dyan. Sabi ko, pa-burger naman dyan, Sir Ronald. Diba? Ang ganda na. Ako, naka-ready maleta ko dito sa likod.
Di
Oh.
ba, no? There was a picture that came out in the papers. They found the maletas in the karaoke bar of ano of of the sino ito si the one orchestrating this
Right. Let me check that, Justice. Sa daming kalokohan, ang sabog ng... sabog ng ano eh. Ang sabog ng script na ito, para siyang rhizomatic, nanganganak on the sides. Yung ano, diba? Oh my God. Well, the Maleta bribery scandal. Ayan, tinitingnan. Itong KTV bar, no? Ito pa yung sa Ortigas, Pasig, Justice.
yeah, that's
Ang gulo na to, grabe. So, huling tanong, Justice, may pag-asa pa ba ang politika natin? Kasi people are saying, abolish na lang yan, Senado na yan. Wala rin, sayang din yung taxpayers' money kung ganun lang mangyari. I'm having a hard time seeing a way out of this. Although, of course, yung trial ni Sara is I don't know, let's hope that's the final huray na they redeem themselves. But as things stand, many people are asking, is it time to revive the discussion on constitutional change? Maybe under the next president, kung hindi Duterte yung next president. I mean, do you think it's a bit premature? Or I've seen enough, Justice Carpia. Paano ba?
well this will the bottom line here is this is a play of the political dynasties. You have the Marcoses and the Dutertes. These are political dynasties, and they feel they are above the law. And we're talking of billions of pesos here, no? So, well, I hope that the bottom line is the subpoena of the bank records and of the bank officials will be granted, and they will tell the story, and that's what we want to know. And that I think it's whether or not there is a conviction doesn't matter anymore, because the people will make their decision based on that.
So you're not still...
And I think they understand that. That's why there's this really Herculean effort to stop the trial. This is all about stopping the trial.
Yun nga eh. And if the trial goes forward well, then we could see. I see Mike Defensor, no? We were referring to kanina.
Yeah. Si Mike Defensor, ang dami niya palang maleta sa karaoke bar niya.
Hindi, ibang karaoke bar yata. Grabe
That
talaga.
means hindi pala na-deliver yung mga maleta kasi andun pala sa karaoke bar niya.
Mukhang may ano eh. Wait lang, dito muna sila ganun. I mean, my goodness, no honor among among our friends ang ang situation dito, Justice. Yun nga, people are saying, naman, tumatawa na naman kayo ni Justice Carpio, serious. It's dark humor. Ano, maiyak pa kami, di ba, sa nangyari sa bansa natin. But Justice, I'm glad that you're holding out still hope and saying, hintayin muna natin yung trial. That will be important. I also agree with your colleague, Associate Justice Ronald Llamas, na, na uh, BBM will be under pressure next month sa SONA niya, no? He has to show something. Kasi last year, SONA niya, pinabuking itong flood control. So if he doesn't have something big to show by next month, he's gonna be in a very, very tough spot in his final year in office or so. So the deadlines are coming. So Justice, are you cautiously optimistic na by July we'll see some big, big inflection point potentially sa ating politika kasi medyo nakawala ng gana at saka nakakabaliw yung nangyari sa ating bansa eh.
Well, the inflection point for me will happen when the bank records are submitted and the bank officials will be required to testify. That is the inflection point for me.
100%. This time that's going to be the difference, diba, from last year. It's the bank
Yeah.
records and that I think could have a lot of
Yeah,
impact.
you cannot argue against that.
It's hard to argue with money. Thank you so much, Justice Carp. I know it was a very long day. Kaya pagod tayo para pati si Defensor hindi natin. Ayan, si Mike Defensor, KTV Bar. Lumalabas na dito sa sa Google ko. Thank you so much, Justice Carpio. Maraming salamat. Looking forward to catching up with you in person in the coming week sana with the rest of the gang. And hopefully by July, we can break down yung parang ginawa natin live, no? Dun sa arrest ni Digong. Let's do a live with the rest of the gang dito sa trial ni Sara Duterte. Thank you very much, Justice. God bless and have a lovely evening.
Yeah. Good night and thank you, Richard.
Salamat, sir. Thank you very much, Justice.